Alright, well, actually, while I make my way back to Gooma, I might as well ask Dave the question, itself. I was thinking, like, probably sometime either before or after the Sixth Palace, I know I'm gonna do a little bit of a grinding session. I might as well ask you and such, like, would you actually like to see the grinding session, happening within the stream itself? Like, see me actually do, like, you know, the grinding session live and everything? Or pretty much you just want me to do it off screen and such, like, if you want me to do it off screen and everything, like, please let me know, and, like, I'll definitely think about it and such. You got him this time, Gadget. Thanks. Alright, so yeah, let's make our way back to the palace. And then pretty much we'll just, yeah. Like I said, yeah, I'll probably just gonna ignore most of the enemies and just make my way back to Gooma and such.
I thought you got a game over, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much what happened was that, like, I got to the boss, I wasn't playing, like, well, actually, okay, like, maybe I was actually playing Reckless and such, but, yeah, pretty much, like, yeah, the boss got me in the end, and I got a game over and such, so, yeah. Pretty much, yeah, that's all we gotta do right now, is just make our way back to the boss and such.
And we can survive.
Yeah, we can survive, so, yeah, let me take care of this bubble. Part of the game. Alrighty, well, pretty much like, alright, honestly, alright. Then as long as you don't mind and such, and like, yeah. Then probably what will happen instead, like, if you make it to Palace 6, and like, pretty much I decided to go ahead and do Palace 6, and maybe sometime, like, after we do Palace 6, then yeah, I'll go ahead and show off the, grinding session as well, too. If you actually don't mind and everything. Well, actually, pretty much, like, yeah, like, you know, if you, honestly, if both Bonnie and even Dave doesn't mind, because, like, yeah, Dave said, like, he doesn't mind if he, pretty much, like, you know, we want to show off the, grinding session in the game.
I don't mind either. If it means killing some time, I don't mind.
Alrighty. Then, pretty much, like, maybe what we could do, like, maybe we could do, like, you know, P! No, well, actually, no, we're definitely not doing P during grinding. But pretty much, like, yeah, maybe during that time when we are doing the grinding and such, then, like, maybe we can use this, like, some kind of, like, little, either Q&A, or maybe just, like, you know, maybe just do something silly or something, who knows.
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't mind doing Q&A.
Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, like I said, with these ladies, don't bother with them that much. So, sometimes the experience points is not worth it.
Sometimes you gotta say, fuck it, and run.
Pretty much.
Oh, the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, just wait, yeah, pretty much just wait patiently, and as soon as, like, yeah, pretty much as soon as the third stack happens and such, then you can go ahead and start, like, slicing. There we go. Alright, here we are, back to the boss. Alright. I don't have enough alive, but I do have, like, at least, like, 3 lives and such, so, alright. So, like I said, once you get to the ball and chain, okay. Yeah, you gotta try and time it just right. Pretty much if you could try and time it just right, then just hurry up and, like, yeah, jump. Yeah, so, okay, either sometimes you could jump or just run. But preferably, sometimes I like to try to do the jump as best I can. So, yeah, hit him as soon as you can. And then, yeah, he should go down, like, relatively soon. Oh. Alright. Alright, I do have a life this time, so, alright, here we go. There we go. We did it. Alrighty. Alright, we're getting close to the 2-hour mark, so at the very least, alrighty. Alright, at the very least, I'll show off, like, where you could get, like, some more, secret, items, or at least, like, items you can't get before you get to Palace 6. And, yeah, most likely, I'll just go ahead and make it to Palace 6, and we'll end off, like, once we get to the entrance of Palace 6. But here we are, alright, so this is the last time you can, pretty much you can charge up your life. So pretty much, now our life is at the maximum level, 8. So that's the highest defense you can get in this game. Alright, so now that we got the, flute and such, all we need to do is, head down, and after some more violence. After some more violence, you come across this river devil right here. So again, after more violence. And, oh, I'll take that. Alright. Alright, so if you press the B button, you play this flute, and yeah, the devil is gone. Alright, now coming up, alright, yeah, we have, yeah. So pretty much we have 3 more traps, and these traps you absolutely do need to, like, you know, complete, no matter what. So, pretty much, like, no matter how many times you go through this game and everything, you have to go through these 3 traps every single time you get a game over. So, keep that in mind. So, usually with these guys, like, you can dodge the rocks a little bit fairly easy. But I will admit, sometimes it can be very tricky. And yeah, with these ores, I would say just use a downward thrust and yeah, just run as fast as you can. While again, trying to avoid the rocks. And yeah, we'll be seeing these red lizards, again, more often. So keep them in mind. Alright, so right over here, alright. So pretty much in this swamp, just ignore these guys. You kill the blue Octorok if you want. Alright, but if we go over here, sooner or later, if I could try to remember where it is actually. And before these, yeah, annoying bees try to kill me. I believe, yeah, alright. So right over here, we are getting jump spell. Try to get this Link doll fast. Alright, here's your other Link doll. There's the last Link doll you can get in the overworld, because the other 2 Link dolls are actually going to be in both Palace 6 and the Great Palace, so definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, I don't think we're going to make it to the other side, so you know what? I'll have them kill me if I need to. Or at the very least, let me go into the cave. Alright, yeah, we're going to the cave right here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, magic. You know what? Why not? Okay. Make it over here. And I believe we're gonna have another scorpion. Yep, there he is. Alright, so like I said, make it past the scorpion, get your other P back, and there you go. So, 500 more experience points for you if you need it. Alright, let me go way back. Alright, Now if I go down the swamp and hopefully... yeah, let's go over here. Alright, if we go down here, and in this bridge, you'll get another trap. So, actually, this trap you could avoid altogether and such, and for good reasons, too. Because, like, yeah. Pretty much you got these, fish, and pretty much with the, fuck, what were their names again? Boba or something like that? I don't know. But pretty much, yeah, with these fish and everything, like I said, with the knockback, like, yeah, if you get hit with a knockback and everything, there's a good chance they might actually push you into the, water and such. So, yeah. That bridge you could just avoid all entirely by just going around, like, you know... Okay, so with these red lizards, you do want to be careful with them.
Because they pack a punch.
Yeah, they do. They pack a punch, much like with the, much like with the orange alligators and such. So, yeah. But pretty much right around over here. Oop. Let me go.
And who's to say those fishes aren't cheap sheeps, just dead?
Yeah, pretty much like, when I was looking back at the, blind let's play that we did, I believe I did call them, like, prehistoric cheeps and such. But yeah, pretty much, there's your other, pea bag. And right around, here. Here we are. Alright, this is your fourth and final heart container you can find in the overworld. Alright, now with these enemies, yeah, it's just gonna be these scorpions and such. I might actually use either the desert part or I might use the forest part to do the grinding once we do it in the next session. But alright, so for this bridge, you actually do need to like cross this bridge no matter what. Cause yeah, this is the bridge where like it is mandatory for you to cross in order to make it into the town. Now, if we enter through this town... Oh! What the hell hit me there? Oh, what the hell? Oh my god! Crystal strange. It's deserted. Yeah, pretty much. No shit, take a look at this. This is basically a town where pretty much, like, yeah, no one is here. Which, honestly, okay, like, this town right here, like, you know, this might be, like, one of my favorite towns, because, like, because like I said, there's just like so many details around like just within this town, and like I said, within the 8-bit limitations and everything, there's a lot of details within this town that pretty much like makes you wonder what the hell actually happened in the towns in the first place. Alright, yeah. So pretty much, yeah, that old man cannot help us just yet. We will come back to him soon, but yeah, as he said, like, yeah, this town is dead. So, pretty much, with his hint, yeah, we are gonna have to look east of the woods, so I'll show you where that is in a bit. So, yeah, like I said, we don't know what's hitting us just yet, but we will soon. Don't worry on that front.
I know exactly what is hitting us, and it's one of the most annoying enemies in the entire game.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do something real quick again. Hold on.
Alrighty. Take your time. Oop. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, well, while we're doing that, actually, yeah, it's just levers, so. Oop. Alright, that could have gone better, but alright, we got one life left. Alrighty. So, let's just go on top over here. And... oop. Okay, well, at least we got these guys. Yep. Pretty much if that little, like, hint tells you anything, then yeah. You guys will probably know, what is actually attacking us. Like I said, but like I said, we'll get to it soon once we get to, like, a certain, once we get a, certain item, actually. And, yeah, honestly, I might use the woods right here just to do the, grinding session and such. And, hey, fairy, I actually needed that. Thank you. Okay. Alright. So, this cave we actually do need to, take in order to get to the next town, actually. Ugh. We don't, pretty much if we don't get the knockback. Okay. I think there's another one coming up. And there it is. Alright. There we go. Oop, I'll take that. There we go. Alrighty. So right over here. Alright, this looks to be like, you know, your standard, you know, world and everything. It looks like to be like, you know, standard place. However, so I'm gonna pause right here. So if you use the A button, you can actually start cutting down through trees and such. There we go. And once you cut, all right. So there's a specific tree that you need to cut down with your hammer, and there it is. Hidden town of Casco, or Costco, whatever. So yeah, pretty much this is where the new Costco is, and as this lady said, they had to flee the old one and pretty much make the new one. All right, now this old lady right here, not you. This old lady. You deserve my help. For good grinding. Since you close. Yeah, that's true. Like, the cave is also good for, like, a grinding session as well, too. So, pretty much I might actually use that, or I might just use, like, you know, the woods as well, too. But, pretty much, actually, yeah, let me see here. Alright, there is a secret at edge of town. Alright, so the old lady that, entered you in the house, if you go down here, you might think it's an old man, but no. Here it is. Your final magic jar that you could get from the overworld as well, too. Now, pretty much it will only let you into this house if you got the rest of the magic containers as well, too, from the overworld. If you got all three of the previous magical containers, then that fourth one is yours. If you did not, well, pretty much at this point, you probably already know where to find the other magic jars if you've been following this, you know, live stream and such. The old man who remains has magic. And yeah, that's the old man that pretty much is the only one that remained in the old Costco town. East of Triple I Rock at Seashore. Yeah, and pretty much, yeah, that's your hint to let you know where the other town is at, which we've already visited, so there's no need to, like, you know... well, actually, we actually do need to go back over there, because the old man actually does have a spell that, you know... we do actually need to contain. So I'll probably be getting that spell once I get, like, you know, once I get done with the Styx Palace. You must save. Yeah, no shit. I know. Alright. I like this right here, too. Another moment where Link can actually talk. Looks like I could get in the fireplace. Well, let's go. And there's your old man. Remember the magic word. Well, here we go. The spell. Or pretty much as it's formerly known as the spell. So pretty much with the spell and such, this is one way where like alright, so pretty much with the spell, it's sort of a useful item, but at the same time not really. It's only useful for getting like one certain item that like I think you actually do need, but honestly I don't think it's really all that mandatory now that I'm thinking about it. Don't quote me on it though, like I'm not entirely sure if it is mandatory or like, you know, if I pretty much like you can like finish up the palace without it, but alright. Call for help at the Third Eye Rocks. At the 3-Eye Rocks. So yeah, remember that for later too. But alright, so if you go to the edge of the town, there's nothing there. So let's use the spell to good use. So I'll go right in here. And look what came back from the first game. The Master Key. So yep, now we don't have to worry about getting any more keys to lock any, like, you know, unlock doors. And yes, it is true. So pretty much with the spell, yeah, pretty much with the spell will turn some enemies into blobs and such. So pretty much if there's an enemy that you don't want to deal with right now and everything, just use the spell. And pretty much like, yeah, they'll just turn into blue blobs instead. Alright. We do have 30 minutes and such, but honestly, I don't think we'll actually, like, you know, I don't think we will actually get through all of Palace 6 within those 30 minutes, so you know what? I'm gonna use these 30 minutes and grind as much as I can. I'm gonna see, like, if I can at least grind up to attack. If I can grind up to attack, then pretty much we'll leave it right there, and I'll save the other grinding session for next time. So, you know what? Let the grinding session begin. Here we go. And I'll also get this ready on standby, too.